Hello guys, just doing a quick video update from the caravan. This is our caravan. Yeah, this is there's my little boy in the background. This is I say a caravan. This is more like our home. This is where we are best. We just love the caravan. It's our home. So anyway, what it is, I'm obviously doing the IDIC beer, 40k get it painted thing, which I'll put a little still to prove I was. Last night I was hard at work, Nick. I was painting last night. I'll show you an update on them later on. But before I did the painting, we had a game of Monopoly. But it wasn't any ordinary Monopoly, it was Star Wars Monopoly. So I just wanted to do a little review on this because I tell you what a brilliant game. My son trounced me on it. He pulled a move that was out of Darth Vader's handbook, I'm telling you, and he laughed with glee when he did it as well. So I'm just gonna, my son's just been up me set it up here. I'm just gonna show you the basic gist of it. It won't take long, guys. I'll go table down and I'll show you what you're getting and everything. And the best thing about this is it's so fast to do. It's one of the worst. Monopoly's a brilliant game for the family, but one of the worst things about it, for anyone who's ever played it, you'll all know the same thing. It can go on for hours and hours and hours. With this, it's more about the chance cards. But anyway, I'll go table down and I'll show you what I mean, guys. Hang on, 1 second. Right guys, so here we are. So basically these are the things you get in the board game. You get your basic rules, right? And they're the normal Star Wars, the normal Monopoly rules, apart from a few different things. So on here, when you take a card, right, so these are your chance cards, right? The blue one's there, red one's there. When you take them, depending on which side you are, if you're a rebel or Empire, let me just try and get that. Whether you're Rebel or Empire, hang on one second, better, guys, it wasn't focusing. Yeah, so whether you're Rebel or Empire is the decision that happens to you. So if you pick up one of the cards and you, say you're the Empire, you have to take this action. And the other thing is you can keep the cards and play them when you want, right? As it says in the description there. Right, so one of the other things about it is you have a thing called these little things here. You have hyperdrive, right? I'll just move to any unknown planet space between you and the next hyperdrive space. So basically, let's have a look. Say you hit this hyperdrive here, you could move to this hyperdrive one here, pick any one you want. But if they were all owned, that would then allow you to move to any of the ones like round here. The bounty hunting one's a great one as well. Make any planet space your own. Take one of your bases from the bank and use it to either take over an unowned planet space or replace any existing base on the board. So that's unbelievable because somebody's paid a lot of money for a planet and you can just go and take over it. So the bare bones of the game, you have to choose your alliance. So these are your alliance tokens, right? These are the cards, you pick them. So you can be Old Republic, rebels, or you can be like normal rebels, or you can be I can't remember what they're called now. The old Jedi faction or the new Jedi, the old Empire faction or the new Empire faction, and it's designed really for even, you either have 2 players or 4 players. But if you it's like 2 onto 1, you just double up the single player guys' cards and everything. It works out, it's fine. But the main thing about if you're doubling up with somebody is, right, so you remember how we used to be able to put hotels and all the rest, and if one person bought one of the things and another bought another thing, you couldn't put hotels and things on them. Well, in this, if you're on the same team, it still sort of doubles everything up. So basically, if you were to say you were the rebels, for example, and you owned all of these planets here, it doesn't matter if you, like, one of your team players is the Old Republic and the other's normal, as long as all the rebels own this, if I then landed on it, I'd have to pay double the cost because it was completely rebel owned, right? So basically you pick your faction, and these are your faction counters here, right? These act as sort of like, they're basically like hotels and everything, and you start the game as normal. So let's say it was just 2 years, one rebels and one empire, and you just play the game as normal. You'll roll your 2d6 and you'll move along, and do exactly the same as normal Monopoly. You can choose to buy the planet, which in this case would be one of the stations on Kashyyyk, 60 credits. And if you didn't want to buy it, then then there was the option to like open up to auction at 10 credits, and then everyone would just auction on it. If nobody wanted to auction on it, it wouldn't get bought. So you go along as normal, and it's just basically the normal game of Monopoly for every sense and purpose. Where this game differs, and this is why it's brilliant, is in the cards. So I pulled a little trick last night. Where my son had paid 400 credits to buy this planet, and I had a card in my hand that basically said remove an opponent's enemy planet from the board. So he paid the 400. I played the card, and he had to take it off. And I was all, well, you were the rebels and I'm the empire, and it's, you know, and he had a little face on him. Oh, how could you do that to me? And then we were going along, and I was in quite a commanding lead until he pulled a blinder. So the exact situation I was on was that I owned all of these 3 planets. Right, I'd paid all the credits for them. I owned the planets, and if people were landing on them, they'd be paying double this. They'd be paying 280. He played this card. Show him the card, son. He played this card. Remove all bases from one planet, and basically wiped all of these three bases straight into the pot. And so basically took the equivalent of 680 credits straight off, you know, and I wasn't getting anything. And then they ended up taking over these and owning them themselves, and they basically wiped the board with me. But we played the game in about an hour and a half, if that, and that was from start to finish. I ended up throwing my hat in because I was getting hammered, but it wouldn't have lasted much longer than that anyway. And yeah, it's really, really good. It's something a bit different from a normal Monopoly, but it's really good, guys. And I think especially for kids, it's that little bit more simpler. You know, once you own a planet, you don't have to put hotels on and all the rest. And it's just a really, really good game, guys. So if you have got kids, or if you're into Star Wars, honestly think about getting this. And what I'll do at the end now, I'll take a few stills of the rules, and I'll put the rules on at the end. So instead of me blabbering on, you'll understand what I mean by the rules. And I'll also take a few stills of some of the cards as well, so you know what I mean by that as well. Right, guys, that's it. I'm going to do a review on Path to Glory later on for Age of Sigmar, and I'm going to be showing progress so far on Iddick Beers, get it painted, and then yeah, after that I'll see you sometime after that, guys. So take care. See you later, guys. Bye bye.